Hello, and welcome to Side Character Quest. This is your host and game master, Ty. In the last episode, part 1 of this play session, you heard Eli playing a character preparing to break out of an improvised prison set up by the very church that he worships at, that he prays to. It's a sad day for him. He has cobbled together an arcane focus for divine magic, and I don't remember what else he did to prepare. It's been a while since we recorded this. So yeah, that might be it. Who knows? Now, let's get on to the jailbreak. So you are ready to start the mission, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, you don't have, I encourage you to not tell me the full details of this. It is assumed in a Forged in the Dark game that you are competent, that you have a plan, that you have planned for eventualities. Even if you, Eli, haven't, Roderick has, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do want a basic idea of what you're doing. It could be as simple as punching your way out. Right? That could be what you were planning on doing. I know that's not what you're planning on doing because Roderick is a pacifist now. But
yeah, I'm using a combination of spells and disguises to walk out.
Okay.
Starting with,
Well,
if we want to dive right in, Ty.
I actually think that what we're going to do first, before we dive right in, is I'm going to roll a fortune roll to kind of determine how bad the situation is when you start this.
Yeah, okay, I can tell you I'm missing an arm and I'm in prison.
Okay. You get 1 die for sheer luck on this. Is this operation particularly bold or daring? It sounds like it is, based on what you just said. So I'm going to give you 1 more die. So you have 2.
Okay.
Is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors?
I don't think so.
Really? Oh, okay. Well then,
because the only factors are just how good are, like, it's really just contingent on 2 people.
Yeah.
On 2 factors, and that's how well I can tap into my holy powers and how easily I can convince others of what they are seeing.
Okay, cool.
So like that might be complicated, but it's not, I don't know, it doesn't feel complicated.
Gotcha. Does the plan's detail, like the how you were going about this, expose a vulnerability of the target, or does it hit them where they're weakest? So like, it does, you would say?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm hit, like, some of what I plan to do is taking in the fact that it's just one guy and they've used... Okay, so weaknesses I plan to exploit are everyone here is new.
Okay. Oh,
and and not a whole lot of people know this, but I am the guy.
Yeah.
I'm Sir Roderick, and yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, that makes sense. You know that, like, there is one guy who definitely knows who you are, and he's clearly not happy talking about it, right? So it's not like he's going to go out and start sharing this with everybody else. Cool, okay. Is the target strongest against this approach, or do they have particular defenses or special preparations? I mean, you're in a prison, you're trying to get out of the prison. You know, like, yes, so that's minus 1d. Can any friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation? I can't think of a good way for that.
No.
Nope. Are there any enemies or rivals interfering with the operation? You don't know if that's true, so I will make a change without telling you. Or I won't make a change.
Ooh.
Who knows? Are there any other elements that I should consider? Okay, and you don't know.
If I don't break out, it might fuck up your timeline.
Okay. We'll see how it went. I don't think I'm going to share how that roll went.
All right.
All right, so we are going to start right where the action starts. So how are you starting this breakout, Eli?
All right. I've put on my outfit that matches everyone else's outfit. That green. Well, okay, hold on. Before I put on this outfit, I wake up.
Yeah.
Early.
Okay.
Early.
You have established a like regular schedule, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I think with Roderick's like military background, like being trained, like I think it's pretty easy for him to kind of wake up, like you know how it's like, okay, I got to get up at 6 this morning, and your body does just somehow wake up at 6. Yeah. I think he gets up like early, and he goes over to one of the desks with the mirror, and so he's always been before the events of Side Character Quest, he was always very clean cut, right? But obviously he has not seen a barber in several months, so I think his hair has been very long, lanky, probably a little greasy.
Yeah, okay.
The first thing he does is he's going to take a shard of glass, and it's going to be a rough cut, but just kind of cut all the length off of it, so that he can kind of like it's at the length where when he lowers his head, his hair is going to get in his eyes, kind of cover up his face a little bit. And then he is going to put on the outfit that green Lumineer outfit that most people seem to be wearing. And he's going to take his second pair of clothes and shove it into the sleeve for his left arm. Yeah. And he is going to sit at a desk, or he's going to be sitting oriented so that when someone walks into the door, his right arm is, so it might not look like, they might be like, oh wait, what, your hair might be cut, but it's early in the morning, presumably the first person who brings in his food might not notice anything. Totally. And he's gonna wait for the first guard to come in. He has his newly crafted
mark disguise off on the gear list.
Okay. And he also has his religious symbol.
Okay, mark that off on there as well if you haven't already. Yeah. Okay.
And he is waiting for the first guard to come into his room.
Yeah, so that does happen like right away, because we are starting at the action. So a guard walks in. It's not the same one that you saw earlier. It's a bit of an older guy, a bit wiry, but an older gentleman walks in, is bringing you a tray of food.
And I think Lumen looks up and says,
Roderick looks up.
Roderick, yeah, Lumen, I am God. Roderick looks up and says, brother, would you care to pray with me for a bit? Just a short prayer.
Roll me
sit down.
Roll That's me a command. Okay. Command. All right. I will accept command.
He's putting all the like preacherly, like priest, like come sit down, like where it's like, oh, it's a very like, this is a very kindly thing that I'm saying, but it is a command.
I will say you can do a command. I will make it desperate if you're going to do a command.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right. Roll me that command.
That's a 6.
Hell yes. This old guy, he goes where you're gesturing. He looks at you with a bit of like, this young kid, man. I'm having to follow my duties, but like this young kid, he just needs a moment to like, sit down with me.
And Roderick bows his head, closes his eyes, and gripping his religious symbol says, Lumen, you are the god who reveals all truths. You're the god of the sun, and just as the sun can bring rejuvenating rest, I pray that you bring rest upon this brother in arms here, and I'm going to attempt to use magic to cause the guard to fall asleep.
Hell yeah. Okay, so explain to me where you're getting the ability to put this guy to sleep. Because, like, what about the magic you have access to, Lumen or...
So it is a restful action that I'm causing. Rest is necessary for life if you want to really make that stretch. But it is specifically a way to avoid violence is to have, like kind of guide enemies into restful sleep.
Okay.
Does that do anything for you?
That does something for me. I buy that. So we know that Lumen, one of the parts of his domain is wakefulness because it's during the day. And also we know that your Oath of Redemption has to do with peace. You're trying a peaceful operation here. So I buy that this is something that you would be able to do, especially with the fact that you have a arcane device with you. Go ahead and roll me an attune.
Cool. Do I get any bonuses, or is it just straight up a tune?
Straight up a tune, unless you want to push yourself. Or you have like a special ability that applies, which I don't think you do.
I would like to use the cavalry has arrived and my horse busts in and kicks the guy in the head.
Hell yeah.
Does that do?
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3. Okay.
So, yeah.
So, with...
Can I resist the consequence of it not working?
How do I want to do
is
that?
there anything I can do post failure to change a failure into a success?
You know what I'll do is I'll offer you a devil's bargain here. Devil's bargain is a mechanic in this game where basically I can, if you want to achieve something that is beyond the normal bounds of the game, normal whatever, I can offer you a trade-off, right? So this is what I'm going to offer you, Eli. You can put this guard to sleep, but doing so will crack your arcane device so that the next failure you get with it shatters it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
He slumps over and he has a very peaceful face
cool.
on his
I grab his religious symbol off of him.
Oh my god, okay, you fucking jerk.
I mean,
yeah, okay. I mean, I set that up for myself. Ain't he a stinker is the face that Eli's making right now. Yeah, you is a stinker. Okay, yeah, I mean, sure, okay. So, what does his particular religious symbol look like?
It's probably also a sun, but I imagine, like, whereas mine is like a mirror, a cracked mirror, his is probably like almost like a rosary beaded thing, because Roderick's was always something that he was wrapped around his sword hand.
Yeah.
And his might not be wrapped. His might be like something tucked into like a belt around his waist, so that kind of hangs out.
Yeah.
And I think this is, like, yes, haha, I'm a stinker. I really dodged a bullet here, but I do also think that this is the final missing piece of Roderick's disguise. Is I think every new person just kind of has these very like simple wooden suns.
Yeah.
As their religious symbol.
Yeah, this does feel a little bit like mass produced. Yeah.
It's like those it's almost like how you'll see some rosaries and it's like, oh, nice wood, and then you touch it and it's like, this is plastic.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
It's like that.
That's the vibe, definitely.
So I think he takes that, wraps it around his belt. He is going to take the guard and kind of like make sure that when he fell, he didn't like hit his head, like he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to take any weapons or anything like hanging off the guards, like external wear that he wouldn't have because he's a prisoner, and start like attaching that to him, so it's like more completed the look.
Yeah, when they walk in, they haven't been carrying in weapons to see you.
Sure.
So mostly the big difference is this guy actually, he's wearing the same tunic that you are and whatever, but he has a actual like leather belt as opposed to you just have like a cloth string, and he probably has like different shoes than you, that sort of thing. But other than that, it's a pretty similar outfit to what you had.
Yeah, he'll probably grab the belt.
And a coin purse.
He's like looks at the coin purse and is like, no, that's not right. That would go against, the ideals here. Shoes, does he look to be about the same shoe size as Roderick?
We'll say sure.
Okay, then yeah, he'll take the shoes just to kind of complete the look. And he will, when the guards leave, I want a flashback to watching all the guards leave from breakfast. Do they generally wait for Roderick to eat, or do they leave the tray with him?
They typically leave the tray with him. They probably waited for him to eat for the first few days, but because of the good behavior you've had, they typically will leave the tray with you.
Okay, so in that case, Roderick is going to stuff the sleeve of his left arm, his left arm sleeve, into his pocket, and he is going to walk just as casually as he can to the door. Which is it something where someone is knocking and they're let in from the outside, or is the door just unlocked for this guard?
Yeah, it is a knock, 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 and you get let out. It gets unlocked and then you get let out.
Cool. Yeah. Then I knock, knock, knock.
Door swings open.
Yep. I walk on through.
As you are walking, you don't get grabbed or anything, but you hear a call from behind you. Hey, where are you going? You're still on duty.
Yeah.
You're supposed to watch until.
Well, can you can watch this for a few minutes. I have to relieve myself. You understand?
And you just say this as you just keep walking?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Roll me a deception on this.
What is deception?
Or, sorry, a sway. Roll me a sway.
Yikes. That's a 2?
This person looks... By the way, this was the result of the engagement roll, that there would be 2 people watching you, as opposed to just the one.
Okay.
So, this person hears you say that, and hears this clearly, you're not even attempting to mask your voice. It is there's just an old guy that walked through there. What are you? Hey, it's him. He's got out.
Roderick turns and he says, Lumen, let the peace of brotherhood pass between the 2 of your servants. And he is going to attempt to calm this guy and make him reveal that Roderick is an ally, and make this guy believe that he is an ally in using the tag understanding, if you want to, because Roderick is a true servant of Lumen and wants to essentially pass that on to perhaps calm this young guard.
I buy that. Okay. Yeah.
Because I'm selling it.
And you're using
on sale, baby.
You're using the little rosary, and not your shard of glass. Okay, yeah. Roll me for this. That's words, right? Roll me for this.
Roll me for it. That is a 4.
4. Man, I had a really good pure failure. But with a 4, here's what I'll say. You see this sort of this look pass over their face, similar to what you felt with the other person, with the guard that you saw earlier, where he clearly seemed to recognize who you were. You see an understanding pass over her face. This guard here, she seems to realize this guy has been nothing but polite, nothing but kind. Why am I? This isn't what I signed up for, to imprison somebody like this. You see that pass over her mind, and she looks at you and nods, and turns and goes to check on the guard that you left in the other room. I will say, as this is mixed result, she did yell.
Yeah.
So probably other people are coming.
As she turns around, I say, "Go in peace, sister. Carry on bringing the light of Lumen," and then continues to just walk forward. And then as I walk, knowing that she has yelled, I once again, holding my mirror, because I think even though it is broken, it is probably a more, not more holy, but it has that energy, that good. It's like
you crafted this.
It's got that stink on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Roderick says, Lumen, let your light blind those who would wish to hinder my path today.
Man, you are pushing this. All right, cool.
So with the idea of
No, I like it.
Yeah, not that I'm invisible, but specifically those who would hinder me are blinded by a holy light.
Oh, that's so interesting. Okay. I'm going to say that you are attempting something pretty. I'll explain why this is desperate if you fail. So this is a desperate roll.
Okay. In that case, I will push myself.
All right.
Because I assume this is an attune roll.
That is totally.
Wait, is it a command roll? Because I'm commanding Lumen to do so. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. Oh, commanding Lumen. I thought you were going to say commanding like the other people. But yeah, no, attune, totally.
That is a 6, baby.
Hell yeah. Just 1 6?
Yeah, it's a 6 and a 5. I was really
that's
pissed.
Still really good. So yeah, this is successful. Right now, I'm going to. What's the word for this? Like, the effect is what you were asking about. The effect is that like some people will see you, but unless there is a reason for them to specifically target onto you, right? They're just going to like let you pass. And in fact, as you are walking, you see somebody running down the hall, and they just run straight past you. They are they open a door, right?
Yeah.
And you see light from outside as this person runs in and then looks at you and keeps on going.
Cool. Yeah, I imagine it's very much like it's almost like the revert. Have you ever seen the movie It Follows?
I have not. That's on my list.
It's a very good movie. The idea is like there's this one creature that like whoever has this curse like is the only person that can see this monster following them around. And I imagine it's almost like that where like everyone can see Roderick, but for a period of time at least, if they have reason to stop or hinder what I'm doing, they are blinded. And like so it might be this one person like, oh my god, like I can't see, there's so much light everywhere, and everyone's like, what are you talking about, dude? But yeah, so I see light coming from outside.
Yes. So now, to be clear, like the boons you have gotten from this is you have had another guard rush past you, so another one that you don't have to deal with as long as you keep on moving, and you also know the way to outside.
Yeah, I'm going straight to that door.
All right.
Still walking, not like running or anything, just like walking, hand and fake hand in my pocket. Holy symbol, fractured holy symbol in my hand. Feeling good, feeling great. Kind of keeping my head down just to kind of keep that hair sort of covering my face a little bit, because I don't know who all has seen me and who hasn't. But yeah.
Before we continue, I want to ask you a question, Eli. What was the play that you went to as a child about? The last time that you came here with your grandfather.
Oh, is that when I was a kid? Was the last time I'd been here?
That was when you were a kid. Mm-hmm.
I think it was. I gotta go with like a Batman answer, right? Like this is the play that defined my life.
Oh, okay.
Fun fact.
I thought you meant like it had to be about Batman.
So fun fact about the Batman comics. So Zorro was the play that he saw when his parents were killed, and obviously Zorro, a masked like hero, defined who he was. There's a villain called the Emperor Penguin, and it sounds really cheesy, but he was like a great supervillain in the detective comics years back. It showed his backstory where it was very similar. He had gone to the movie theater with his parents. His parents were killed coming out of the movie theater. The movie he had gone to see was Goodfellas, and he became a mafioso and decided that he did not want to ever be a victim again.
Gotcha.
So that was what he took. So in that instance, I think the play was about a knight who came from humble beginnings, but it was probably like a religious thing, because I mean, you know, Cedric, as much as like, yeah, I want this kid to have a childhood, was also at one point the high priest of Lumen and is now the high priest of Nox. Mm-hmm. So I imagine it was probably a play on some sort of the Lumen mythology of some knight that had to travel through darkness, and his faith in Lumen was what got him through, and he vanquished some big, terrible monster or something, something along those lines.
Rad. As you step out of this this door into the light, you see that you're coming onto the side of a stage. This stage, it is at the one side of a large circular pit that's maybe 4, 4 is probably excessive, probably like 2 to 3 stories deep. And it is open to the sky above. There's a wall of like buildings in the back, next to a large sort of like wooden system of pulleys like leading up to an elevator. So that's how you entered. And the stage that you were on still has all of the set dressing from that play, because that was the final play of the Pit Theater all of those years ago.
Oh, damn. I think the sun probably, like, if it's open to the sky, he probably looks up and, like, squints and, like, holds his hand over his eyes, because it's the first time that he has seen the sky in several months at this point.
Yes.
And sees the play dressing. Are there any guards or anything around? Like, is there anyone walking around here?
There's nobody at the ground floor yet. You do see that it's possible that I guess if there are others here, then they must be in those like doors at the back of the theater, behind the chairs, right next to the elevator. They must be off in that direction. Are you just like looking around you right now, just looking in this big open space?
I think he looked around, and unless he sees any people, I have an idea of what he's going to do next. But if he...
Looking up, you do see a couple of legs hanging over the edge of this pit, as if somebody is sitting up legs? There. Yeah, people legs.
Okay. I think he walks up onto the stage and grabs a discarded prop that is the hero's sword, and it's probably just like some like wooden sword or something. Kind of smiles to himself and tucks it into his belt like he's a kid playing he's like a kid who's found like a really good stick, but it's this sword that inspired him to become like, to really dedicate himself to his paladin training and dedicate himself, and also like inspired his theater kidness, right?
Yeah.
And I think he also grabs, I don't know if these props would just be hanging around, so if they're not, then let me know. But I think probably one prop is probably some like overly exaggerated version of a religious symbol, and I think he snags that as well and like tucks it into a pocket.
I will say we can well, I know it's not that, but we can flash back to you seeing this play as a kid and seeing this like scene of the knight going up and fighting to fight this like massive beast, this fell beast, a being of that has just cracking darkness coursing through its skin, and the knight is holding in one hand this wooden sword, and in the other hand they're holding a this like shield-sized symbol of Lumen, the sun. And let's take to get you that. Let's just take one stress for a flashback for that.
Okay.
To say that it's like still sitting there.
In my head, it's like, you ever see videos? I've never seen The Exorcist, but you see videos of people doing exorcisms, and they're holding a crucifix that's like 3 feet tall. It's almost like that, and it has like a very exaggerated, like smiley, happy sun face, and he probably like it's probably on a strap, and he just kind of like hangs it off his back. And then he kind of looks up at where those legs are, still heading towards the exit of this pit. His goal is to get to the river.
Yeah.
He is going to attempt to kind of walk around the edges.
Can I ask, when you were walking over to that stuff to pick up that equipment, were you trying to be like stealthy at all, or were you just going for it?
No, I think he was playing it off as like, he's a guard. He's been out here, and look at this silly sword. This, and he probably like picks it up and it's like, Junior will love this, and like tucks it into his belt. And this might be good for the wall. Actually, the missus has been really getting at me for decoration, and just kind of snags.
You hear 3 short whistles coming from the person sitting on the edge of the pit.
Roderick looks up, realizing that he's been seen. Do those whistles sound familiar in any way? Is it like a familiar tone? Would it be a signal that he would recognize from his military days?
It would not be a signal that you recognize from your military days. It's the sort of thing that you could conceivably have heard somebody talking about if you wanted to flash back to overhearing stuff.
Yeah. I'll flash back to overhearing, like sitting while I'm doing like lunges or something after some food has been like just 1, 2, like, being overly loud, but like hearing at the same time. So a flashback costs 1 stress.
Well, it depends on the situation. I would say that in this case, I'll say 1 stress. Sometimes it could be 0. Sometimes it could be 2.
Okay.
But yeah, in this case, we'll just say 1. So you hear 2 people talking on the other side of the door. Yeah, I just can't stand this guy. He always makes us do the stupid whistle thing whenever we walk around down there in the pit. But I mean, he knows what he's doing, right? We've got, he's the best that we've got. So,
Oh shit, it's Wolverine.
So just humor him. I mean, you just gotta respond back. Yeah, but I can never remember what to actually do. Or does it matter? Yeah, it matters. It matters. If you don't, then he got me good. And that's what you heard. So you have to respond back in some way. I have a specific idea of how you're supposed to respond back. That's what you know.
Roderick does 1 long whistle.
Fuck yes, that is what you're supposed to do.
Oh shit, really?
Yes. You do 1.
I was just thinking, what's the opposite of 3 short whistles? And it's 1 long whistle.
Yeah.
That's the opposite of 3 short whistles.
So you do 1 long whistle, and this person, nothing seems to happen. They just kind of like go back to, you see them like they're standing they're leaning forward as they're watching you, like, right, walk across the thing. Then you do the long whistle and you see them sort of lean, rest back. You notice that like one of their arms is like kind of discolored, but you can't really make out much from this far away. But they just kind of lean back and let you continue.
Okay. I continue walking to the exit, like towards where the river is.
So the pit, you're dropped down like 2 or 3 stories. At the back of the theater, there is a platform attached to pulleys that lifts you up out of the pit.
I hop in that and I take the elevator up.
As you approach, you realize that this elevator requires a key of some sort. If you want some guidance, I can provide some, since I know this is a new system. But you could give some explanation for how you got the key. You could continue to explore and see if you can find the key, or you could try like tinkering or something else to try to operate this thing without a key.
I grab the pulleys and I start pulling.
I love that. Okay. What would you say that? What would you say that is?
Oh shit! Hey Ty, I should not do that. I just have the one arm.
One arm. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you don't do that. Yeah, it is clearly designed such that like there is a crank that like works with the key, and as long as you have as long as that the key is in place, then you can just like crank that to move the elevator up.
I do a long whistle.
You look up and see this person sort of like look down towards you. Give me a voice, Eli.
Hold on. Please hold for voice. There's a very particularly on. There we go. Sam Elliott.
I don't know what Sam Elliott sounds like.
Well,
Listeners, Eli spent a while looking for that. I almost certainly cut out most of that time, and I don't know what Sam Elliott sounds like.
He sounds like a cowboy.
It sounds like a cowboy.
No, it's not that. Like a slow talking cowboy.
Sounds like a cowboy.
A little bit faster.
Sounds like a cowboy.
Deeper, less in your nose.
Sounds like a cowboy.
Raspier voice, like you've smoked 2 packs of Marlboros a day.
Sounds like a cowboy.
Okay, 1 pack.
Sounds like a cowboy.
Half a pack.
Sounds like a cowboy.
I think you're too far in the back of your throat.
Sounds like a cowboy.
Yeah, no, I just don't think you have it. Bad news, I don't think you have a Sam Elliott it's like...
Sounds like a cowboy.
It's not that.
No?
It's not that. No.
Sounds...
No. Just give me a cowboy.
Sounds like a cowboy.
I said a cowboy, not specifically your character, Blue.
Yeah, that's the real problem.
Give me a cowboy other than Blue.
Sounds like a cowboy.
Okay, you've given me the that one guy from Oh Brother We're Out There. We'll go with it.
Sounds like a
Give
cowboy.
me George Clooney from Oh Brother We're Out Thou.
Man, it's been so long since I watched that movie. He sounds just like George Clooney, but like a hillbilly George Clooney.
Not less hillbilly, more just talks fast.
Talks fast.
Like
he just talks fast. Hey, it's me. I'm George Clooney. I'm talking fast.
That doesn't sound like George Clooney even a little bit, but we'll go with it.
I'm George Clooney, but I'm talking fast. I'm just having a good time, and I'm telling you that this is what I sound like. This is what George Clooney, sound like.
This is actually pretty good.
All right.
This is pretty good.
Hey, we don't have any scheduled up and down today, huh? All right, what are you doing?
Yes, sir. I really need some fresh air. I think I ate something bad. My stomach's starting to hurt. Was wondering if you could let me up for just a few minutes, sir, if you don't mind.
Roll me a sway.
Fuck. Okay. That's a 6.
Oh, really?
That's a 6.
Hell yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I think that's what you got to say. I guess I'll, if you don't want you to go puking down there. I mean, it's not like you don't have an entire friggin' theater operating. All right.
You're going too far. You're going too far to like for old timey radio.
Old timey radio, of course. It's me, the old timey radio guy. No. Well, yeah. I don't have to. You don't have to tell me twice. I really don't want you to go puking down there. I mean, it's not like it's a big old theater that's empty and that you could just puke anywhere. And he's saying this while he's like reaching into his pocket and pulling out a key for up top, and he starts like cranking the thing to start pulling you up the place.
Awesome.
I will say, at this point, this person is like helping you, right? Mm-hmm. So like they are not hindering you, so they are not blinded by your thing anymore.
No, that's good. It'd be wild if they were helping me and were blinded.
Yeah. Also, the 6 I'm giving you is the fact that they are just like fully letting you up this thing. They almost certainly are going to notice something is wrong when you get up top.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So they're pulling this up and they're just talking real loud. So hey, how have things been going down there? Are you having a good? Has it been good? Any progress or anything I should know about? Anything going on?
Well, sir, that's the darndest thing. I don't know if he has some sort of. Do you know who he is?
Listen, I just get paid to to just keep watch. I don't ask questions about the comings and goings of you Lumineer folk. I'm just doing my job, getting paid. That's all.
This person is not in Lumineer outfit.
Yeah, as you're going up, you see this person is not dressed like a Lumineer. You notice that they've got they seem like they're dressed as a civilian. They're not dressed as clergy in any way. You also notice again the very discolored arm.
Huh. Yeah, I was talking to him earlier. He seemed like seemed to think that if I knew who he was, it would do something. But I don't know. Just looked like some beat up punk from the sewer, I guess.
Every prisoner is going to try to talk you around in circles. You can't go listening to what they've got to say. I know that he seems like a nice enough fellow, but trust me, I've had my fair share of encounters with some nice people that have given me a fair number of scars. You're like 3/4 of the way up now.
Yeah, that's fair. What's the weather like, Ty?
It is bright and sunny out.
Bright and sunny. Yeah. Oh, it's a beautiful day, isn't it?
Oh, I would say quite. He looks up for a moment as you're kind of coming up. You're maybe like 6 feet below the lip of the pit. Now you're about like 4. Your head is starting to like pick up over the edge.
He starts whistling a little bit. Yeah.
Are you feeling a little better? You need me to let you back down? The thing stops at about 3 feet below the lip.
I forgot that I told him I was feeling ill.
Yeah, I could tell. He looks at you and seems to like.
No, I'm trying to distract myself from this contraption. I do not like being this high up. So just the quicker you can crank this thing, the better. Just trying to distract myself with a happy little "Don't puke and poop at the same time" song.
Roll me a command.
Oh, a command? All right. That's a 3.
That's a 3. As he is looking at you, you see his eyes drift to the arm that is stuffed full of clothes, and you see recognition, and his hand snaps to a long, thin object on his belt.
How far from the lip am I?
You're like standing right next to it, and it is only 3 feet from like being at ground level. So you like probably from waist up is already above the lip of the pit.
I lift my hand and put it behind me, and I hook myself up so my butt is sitting on the edge, opposite from where he's standing. And I say, hold now. I do have to vomit a little bit, and Roderick does not vomit because he has a strong stomach. Actually,
okay. This is what I'm going to ask you right now, Eli.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're trying to do right now to get up there, you're not trying to like get up and then get moving. You're trying to convince him, hey, no, I'm still telling the truth. Is that the case?
No. I'm just at this point, Roderick is like, oh, I've been found out.
Okay.
But since he is at like waist, he's just like up. So now he is sitting on the edge of like over the lip of like where this elevator is. So if he like drops the elevator or something, I'm like sitting there.
Oh, gotcha.
And he's just raising it. Hold on.
So you're trying to.
Hold on.
Okay, so so you're just gonna stay there?
I want to try to stand up, but I am holding my hand in a way that establishes like peace. Like,
so you're trying to
I'm here for a friendly talk.
You're trying to convince him to talk with you. So roll me a sway.
Yeah.
This
wouldn't it be a command if I say hold up? Like,
I would say you were trying.
I'm commanding him. I'm not asking him. I'm not trying to deceive him in any way. I am simply trying to start a conversation, but the priority is to stop him from violence in this moment.
Okay, this is what I'm going to say. Either way, this is desperate. But if you try to command him and you fail, it's going to be worse.
Yeah, that's fair.
But both ways, it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
His hand is
Yeah,
on that object.
I'm going with command.
Yeah.
Because what you're saying is I can either roll 1 die or 2 die and take the lesser one and it will be bad, or I can roll 2 die and take the better one, and if it fails, it will be worse.
Yeah.
The odds are still better if I do command, I think.
Yep.
That's a 5.
Hell yeah. All right.
It was a 5 and a 1. So I'm glad I did command.
So he, like I said, this is bad no matter what, right? Mm-hmm. And you got a mixed result on this. His hand whips to that, grabs that little object on his belt. You recognize it as a whistle. This guy is a whistler, which is a high-level bounty hunter, essentially, mercenary type of thing, investigator, all that sort of that dealio. And he whips that essentially like a wand kind of thing out towards you. There's a loud shriek sound as his arm, the discoloration, seems to writhe, and a blast hits you.
So I failed.
You got a mixed result. And these vines sort of grow out, these tendrils grow out of the ground, sort of holding you in place. Gonna want to start talking.
Wow, Whistler. Father really wants to keep me below, huh? Anyways, my name is Roderick. Sir Roderick, I guess, is what people know me by. Honestly, I'm just trying to get help for friends. There's people down there, or I guess not down there, it's like over and down and down and down. And I came thinking, oh, hey, look, Father, he will help me, and obviously not the case. I have been in better condition, so I hate to be meeting you like this. But anyways, my name is Roderick. What is your name, if you don't mind me asking, or what would you like to be called in this situation?
Name's Bert.
Bert, a whistler. That's very impressive.
You said that already.
Yeah, no, it's impressive.
Listen, you're gonna want to give me a really good reason not to send you crashing back down to that hole right there.
I've done nothing to hurt you, and that would kill me. that would kill me, and I imagine my father wants me captured, not killed.
Roll me a sway, but this is controlled. Like this is like the worst case.
That's a 6.
That's a 6.
That's a 6.
Okay.
It's a 6 on a different die than I've been getting all my 6s on.
Okay. He is going to sit down next to you, and you see him, and he starts to like let the elevator release and lower down, and he shouts out to like, "Hey, everybody down there, we got a prison break going on." But he's just sitting down next to you, and letting this like cursed vines hold you down, counting on that to like keep you in place. So, how you feeling? What do you what's your plan here? Were you just gonna like walk off into the woods?
Well, I was gonna get to the river and maybe go see my grandfather, and hopefully he's not involved in whatever my father is. It's very possible. I mean, this is son, but
who's your grandpappy?
Lord Cedric.
What does he look like?
He looks like me, but older, but even older than my dad, who looks like me but older. Father. Sorry. Yeah. So a little less beefy.
I haven't seen anybody that looks like you. Anybody that old? Anybody grandpa age? So.
Well, he's the high priest of Nox. Not a whole lot of people involve themselves with that church because of the spooky dark stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
At this point, you start to see like some movement. The elevator has gotten down to like 3/4 of the way, and some of the guards are like making their way back out into the center of the pit.
Bert, do you have any sweets on you? I have not had any sort of desserts in months. Bert. Bert, do you see how pale I am? I'm getting a sunburn right now. Can you move me into under a shady tree or something? I mean, as much as I love the touch of my god Lumen, I have no sunscreen.
This is what I'm going to say to you, Eli, right now. This guy, unless you can give him I feel like he has given you as much leeway as he's going to. You're going to want to do something. He will otherwise act. That could be if you have like a relevant flashback that you want to call on. If
hey,
you have,
Ty.
Yeah.
I got something for your ass. Okay.
Yeah, hit me.
My grandfather.
Yeah.
You and I have discussed this.
Yes.
It has not been canon on the show.
Uh-huh.
Has been looking for me.
Yeah.
And working in the background, and which we have seen my dear friend. Oh my God, what's her name?
Claire.
What's her?
Claire Seidel.
Clara.
Yeah.
Clara Seidel has been working in the background. Clara, who has been riding around on my horse, Sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
I have the cavalry is here. I have been outside of whatever imp effects the underground society has on scrying magics, but still held in the dark, which is the firm realm of Nox, who my grandfather works for. Clara, it could be presumed, might be closing in on me, but my steed, my faithful steed, hold on, always knows when I need them at my side, and I can expend my special armor to have them show up at the perfect moment. Ty, would you say that now is the perfect moment for an unexpected ally upon my steed to show up?
I would say yes. One moment, hold please. I'm double checking.
Yeah.
I'm double checking timeline. We might be in the period of time where Clara is with Alton right now. So
Clara was established to be with Alton, but was Sunbeam?
I do not know.
And would you not say that if Clara does not have a relationship with my steed, would Lord Cedric, the High Priest of Nox, perhaps be utilizing such a valiant steed as Sunbeam?
Read to me what the cavalry here specifically says.
Cavalry has arrived. You have a steed, and they always know when you need them at your side. Choose a steed tag that describes something notable or unusual about your steed. I think Sunbeam's tag would be something along the lines of fearless.
Oh, that's fun.
Fearless is an actual tag that you have listed here.
Oh, nice.
I can expend my special armor to have them show up at the perfect moment.
Hell yeah. Knock off that special armor. You see the Whistler raise up his wand, his rod, towards you, and you hear a low hum as it is getting ready to blast the second time, possibly sending you tumbling down into the pit. And right as that happens, you hear the clip-clop, familiar clip-clop of hooves, and then they come to a stop, and you both turn and look, and you see an old man with quite a family resemblance in a purple and black seersucker tabard.
Hello, Roderick. And, well, I would quite appreciate if you would stop pointing that at my grandson.
Bert, this is my grandfather, Lord Cedric, High Priest of Nox. And also my horse, Sunbeam. Nope, hold on. And also my horse, Sunlight.
As you say that, Lord Cedric, he trots over to you and reaches out an arm, and he is just giving a glare to this man.
I reach out my hand and grab my grandfather, and I say, Bert, I hold no ill will against you or any of the guards here, but just know that you were hired by someone not working in the best light. I hope that if I cross your path again, it will be under more favorable circumstances.
You see him, he lowers the rod. He seems afraid of this man in front of him on the horse. And his eyes have not left Lord Cedric since he arrived. And he lowers that and lets you climb onto sunlight.
Yeah, I basically hop on behind my grandfather and let him lead us off and say, Grandfather, we have a lot to talk about.
Yes, I would say we do.
And I think Roderick is trying to hold it together for as long as he can, and eventually is just going to kind of break down with the stress of being in the sunlight for the first time in months and seeing his grandfather. He thought that seeing his father would bring relief to what he had been through, and then the betrayal of his father, and then seeing his grandfather and being stressed about how that is, but then the fact that his grandfather just shows up on his horse to actually save him. I think Roderick has a very emotional ride to wherever Cedric takes him.
After riding for, you're not sure exactly how long, but the sounds from behind of the guards shouting have disappeared. Sunlight slows to a walk. As you're crying, your arm around your grandfather's proud but frail frame, you feel his tears fall from his face and land on your arm.
Roderick, I'm so glad that you're alive.
Grandfather, it's good to see you as well. I've been through a lot, and it cost me a lot, and I've seen a lot, and I didn't know if I would get out. And you came at exactly when I needed it. Thank you.
And we'll fade out. And then we'll fade back in. Hoo-wee! All right, Eli.
Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Oh man, you're on a horse and stuff. Oh man,
Hey, finally.
Yeah, finally on a horse.
Finally, after making a character with a horse, I get to ride that horse. It's great.
You got to ride a horse for a while.
I got to ride the remains of a horse for a while, yes.
I mean, that's more than I've done in a very long time. Me in real life.
It's more than I've done in a long time, too. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty hard.
I grew up with
Anyways. Thank you, Eli, for joining us again. I'm very excited to continue the story of Sir Roderick in the future. And I'm so glad that he is finally, out and about and, I don't know what comes next. I've known this was coming for so long, but, what's gonna come next? Who the fuck knows? Who knows?
Yeah, the irony is now Roderick has to go back and save his friends.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people down there that he needs to go help.
Oh man, I'm gonna come up with some way for the next quest to not be underground. He's I realized I didn't need to put this pit theater in the pit.
Yeah, but you did.
Just put you underground again.
But you did, didn't you?
But I did. Yeah. Here we go. Recurring theme.
Oh, it'll be nice too. This didn't end with Roderick in a bad situation.
Yeah, that's true. He's in a great spot. I mean, all things considered. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than him ending dead or imprisoned by his own father.
Nah, he's out. He's free. He's with his pap.
His grandpappy.
With his peepaps. What's the cute little name that Roderick gives him?
Papaw.
I love it.
Yeah.
Papaw. All right.
I was trying to think because the only things I've called my grandfathers are granddaddy or granddaddy O, which it took me a very long time to realize that the O stood for the O in my last name's initial, because he was my paternal grandfather. I just thought it was like a daddy-o,
Hey,
but like granddaddy-o.
Granddaddy-o. All right. Well, with that, is there anything? I assume there's not anything you want to plug. You don't got an online presence, do you?
No, I'm off the. So I had Twitter, and then I stopped using it for a long time, and then someone hacked it to say good things about Elon Musk, so I deleted it. And that was my only real online presence. Don't find me.
All right. Don't find Eli.
Don't find me. If you do find me, no, you didn't.
If you do find him, how about we go ahead and or how about you go ahead? If you do find him, how about you go ahead and just pitter patter it? Fucking hell. Pitter patter on out of here.
Thank you to the Droid Drops for the use of Not Drunk as our intro and outro music. Thanks to all of our guests, and thanks to you for listening. You can find us and say hi over at sidecharacterquest.com or by checking out our show notes for more links and information. If you're enjoying the show, drop a rating or review wherever you listen to podcasts, and we'll see you around. Bye!
All right, I'm going to stop recording.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Bop.
Hey, all you journers out there, this is Journey Sitwell. If you're new to this channel, we're all about searching out the mysteries of the supernatural and trying to disprove what doesn't sit well with us. On today's special episode, I thought we could do a little introduction to the members of my new investigative team. Let's get started with my friend Dan. Hi, Dan.
Hi, my name is Dan Ryan, and I go to college, and that is all, and I am normal. Can you get the camera off me, please?
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Dan. And this is Mordecai.
Yo, what's up, dude? Is it cool if I burn for this?
Okay, look, Mordecai, I don't want to get demonetized. Can you please just put that away right now, please? Stop.
Yeah, one sec. Okay, what's up, everybody? I'm Mordecai Bridges, and I'm a friend to magical creatures and beings alike, including Dan, my best friend.
Great! Thanks, guys. And now for the sponsor of this week's episode. This week's sponsor is, Memester of the Week.
Memester of the Week is a Monster of the Week actual play podcast starring these three weirdos as they go investigate strange happenings and fight what goes bump in the night.
You can find Memester of the Week wherever you listen to podcasts, if you're a podcast person. That's all for today's video. How does that sit with you? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more spooky content, and hit that bell to be notified whenever I release a new spooky episode. See ya!
This is just gonna all just be bloop stuff.
So I'm kind of stuck in one room. Is that what's happening?
Make sure your face is going a little bit towards. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Is this close enough, Ty?
That's
hey,
too
Ty,
close.
Is this good? Hey, Ty, is this how you like it?
That was actually oddly perfect, somehow. But
actually, that is how I like it. Thank you.
Any other elements that I should consider? Okay, and you don't know
if I don't break out, it might fuck up your timeline.
That you want to consider, as in me want to consider. I guess that is a thing. So
yeah, I want you to consider if I don't succeed, it fucks up your timeline.
Okay.
You ever think about that, Ty? Hey, Ty, has anyone ever tried to hold your podcast? Has anyone tried to hold your podcast hostage?
I mean, lots of people have tried doing that without even realizing that's what they were doing. I just thought of like a million. people that I could be talking about when I say that. It's all in good fun. I love everybody. But anyway.
But you know who you are.
Yeah, and I also did roll, and I know how that turned out. You roll. We'll see. Are you ready to get going?
Yeah, let's get it. I just did a big old burp. It's a metaphor for sexually transmitted diseases.
Would you prefer your grandfather or Clara?
I think I would prefer Clara, continued narratively wise, but I think my grandfather would be more helpful because he has very easy to prove authority, where I think that we have talked about Clara being sort of working behind the scenes.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go with it being Lord Cedric, because I was just reviewing the thing, and basically you would only be able to have Clara there if she was involved in the 5th week. So if you had been here the max amount of time. I don't know why I blocked that off. I think it's because of the amount of time it would take to get from South Bend to here.
Sure.
But anyway, sunlight slows to a trot or canter. What would you say?
Trot is slower than a canter. So it goes
what would
gallop,
be the slowest thing?
Walk.
Sunlight slows to a walk, and Lord Cedric, you can, as you said you were crying?
Oh yeah.
As you're crying, your arm around your grandfather's proud but frail frame, you feel his tears fall from his face and land on your arm.
Roderick, I'm so glad that you're alive.
Grandfather, it's good to see you as well. I've been through a lot, and it cost me a lot, and I've seen a lot, and I didn't know if I would get out. And you came at exactly when I needed it, and family doesn't owe family, but I could never repay you, even if I did. Thank you.
And we'll fade out.
Oh, hey! Do you want to find out more about tabletop role-playing games, but not too sure where to start? Do you want to play a lot of different systems, but don't have time to try them all? Do you just wish someone would summarize what the main game mechanics are so you can follow along more easily? Well, you're in luck. Check out What Am I Rolling? A twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. I like exploring different RPG systems, rule sets, and the stories they create. I also like talking to game designers about how to run their games. So, come check it out. We would love to have you. The What Am I Rolling podcast, available wherever you listen to podcasts. Part of the One Shot Podcast Network.